Welcome to Metabolic Mythbusters, where we explore the truth about your metabolism, energy, and overall health.
You're in the gym 5 days a week. You've tightened your diet and tracked every gram of food. Yet when you look in the mirror, your midsection looks exactly the same. Many find that the standard math of calories in versus calories out seems to stop working when it comes to specific, stubborn areas. The numbers on the scale might drop, but that specific layer of belly fat often remains untouched by traditional exercise. This happens because the metabolism functions less like a furnace and more like a sophisticated survival machine. Currently, your biology is behaving as if you are under a constant, looming threat. The driver of this defensive state is cortisol, the body's primary survival hormone, designed to manage high-stakes crises. We need to look at how the psychological pressures of a modern workday are being translated into physical tissue, specifically the dangerous fat surrounding your internal organs. The metabolism is reacting to a false alarm. This shifts the body's priority from burning energy to defensive storage, overriding even the most disciplined fitness routines. Originally, cortisol provided a life-saving advantage. It flooded the bloodstream with a quick burst of energy to help you survive a brief, intense physical struggle. Today, that alarm is triggered by missed deadlines and overflowing inboxes. Because these stressors are constant and non-physical, the survival response stays active for hours or days without the physical release of a sprint. This leads to a process called gluconeogenesis. When the body believes it is in a state of emergency, it demands immediate fuel. To find it, the system begins deconstructing its own muscle tissue to create raw energy. This internal breakdown results in an artificial flood of sugar rushing directly into the bloodstream, even if you haven't eaten a single gram of carbohydrates. For someone trying to get fit, the biology is self-defeating. Chronic stress forces the system to consume the very muscle you are trying to build just to produce sugar that your body isn't actually using. To manage this sudden sugar spike, the body releases a massive wave of insulin to clear the glucose out of the blood as quickly as possible. Since you are likely sitting at a desk rather than running for your life, that sugar has no physical outlet. Insulin has no choice but to pack that energy into visceral fat, the deep protective layer surrounding your organs. While cortisol levels remain elevated, the body treats these fat stores as an emergency reserve. The system becomes highly resistant to burning this specific fat, holding on to it for a physical crisis that never arrives. This systemic imbalance doesn't end when the workday does. Over time, it alters the body's internal clock, leading to abnormal hormonal behavior during the night. As this timeline shows, chronic stress can cause cortisol to spike aggressively at 2 a.m. This surge suppresses the production of melatonin and growth hormone, leaving you in a state of being wired but tired. This nighttime disruption creates a compounding metabolic imbalance. The body is deprived of the deep, restorative sleep required for fat oxidation, meaning you wake up the next day already primed for further fat storage. Your body is functioning exactly as evolution intended. It is simply responding to the wrong signals. Reversing this process requires manually deactivating the survival alarm. We can address this through the cortisol crush protocol, a 3-step approach designed to recalibrate the nervous system and restore your natural metabolic function. Step 1 is the caffeine gap. Waiting 90 minutes after waking before your first cup of coffee allows your natural morning cortisol to peak and clear on its own, preventing an artificial hormonal backlog. Step 2 involves the physiological sigh. This is a specific breathing technique, a sharp double inhale through the nose, followed by a very slow, extended exhale through the mouth. This pattern is a direct link to the vagus nerve. It signals the brain to lower the heart rate and dampen the physiological stress response in less than a minute. Step 3 is magnesium loading. Taking magnesium glycinate before bed acts as a chemical signal for the nervous system to relax, facilitating the deep, fat-burning sleep cycles that stress usually interrupts. Managing stubborn belly fat is a matter of regulating the body's internal alarm system. When the survival signals subside, the body finally moves out of storage mode and begins to respond to your fitness efforts.